I like to take a lot of times on my test, and the ACT, you just can't do that. You have to. I was just like, hey, hi, hello. So today I will be revealing my stats. Oh my gosh, that makes it sound like I'm having a baby. It's not even that deep. Who do I think I am? Okay, so I'm just gonna be telling you guys about my stats that got me into college. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be reflecting a little bit, but I mean, not too much. I'll cut that out. But I'm just gonna be talking about my ACT, SAT test scores, and then my IB and AP classes and other like pertinent information to the statistics side of that college application. And I can make another video on essays because that's an entire like topic and entity in itself. So I feel like that this video would be way too long, so I wanted to categorize it and just have like the paper information that you just put in on Common App really quickly. And just to let you guys know, if you were wondering, I did apply to almost all my schools through Common App. I only did like 1 or 2 through Coalition, but they were my state schools and they didn't use Common App at all. So that's the tea on that. Either you were just like curious to watch it, but most likely you're either in the process of submitting your applications or you just submitted your applications and you're really nervous and you try to look at everybody else's videos to find out their stats to see how they got in and compare yourselves. It's okay. It happens to everybody. But I'm gonna still tell you guys, but I just wanted to like preface this video with a disclaimer that I feel like I always have to do these disclaimers, which is a problem in itself because if I was any other race I wouldn't have to, but anyways, my test scores are not representative of my entire demographic. Do not, you know what, you could comment in these comments talking reckless if you want, because people are going to do that regardless. But at the end of the day, you could comment the negative comments that you want because you're helping my video, like you're giving me clout. But I just don't want people to use me as an example for my entire race and assume that everybody has the same test scores as me, because I know I'm not even in the mid-range for a lot of the schools I applied to. And even if you have scores better or worse than me, like you could get accepted to schools that I got denied to or vice versa. Like everything is not about your test scores, it's statistics. And no matter how many times I tell people this, they're not going to believe it until they go through the college application process themselves. So yeah, boom. I'm proud of you for taking the initiative of going on YouTube and watching videos though. I was ranked 8th out of 575 people in my class, and throughout the year we started with like 600 plus people, and I was 9th, and then I went up to 8th by the time we graduated, and I had a 5.5 GPA and a 3.98 on an unweighted scale. And for all the people who are talking about 5.5 is impossible, at our school, AP is on a 5.0 scale, and then when you do IB in combination with AP, it pushes your GPA onto a 6.0 scale. So let's start with the long-awaited SAT and ACT. And I have this stuff here on my laptop because like I took these tests 8 years ago, so I can't really remember. But I'll give you guys like a little bit about my process during the SAT and ACT. I really didn't study. Like, it's just, I had so much schoolwork to do. I had so many things to do outside of school. I just wasn't gonna get myself down and like shut myself off to study for these tests. Like, I really tried. I got the SAT, ACT prep books from my library. I used to walk around with it like 2 days before the test, knowing I was not gonna retain anything within 48 hours of my exam. So yeah, I didn't really study. I just depended on my own knowledge, and I was just like, you know what? I know what I know. I don't know what I don't know. I'm not about to go buy the most expensive graphing calculator and install other programs so I could get a perfect score. So that kind of really just humbled me in the beginning, having that mentality so that I could go into the test. And of course, I wanted to do as well as possible and improve my score, which I did, but I didn't put too much stress on it. And I feel like that's what made it easier for me throughout the process. Because it's your senior year of high school, like, or your junior year, like, you're coming to the end of your time in high school, and I'm telling you, this college stuff is not a game. Like, this is a whole different ballpark. So you really want to make sure that you're enjoying that time, going to football games, hanging out with your friends, making memories, because when you leave for college, especially if you don't go to the same college as a lot of your friends, like, you're gonna want to reminisce and like look back and have good memories and really feel like you enjoyed your time there. Okay, so boom. That was that. I took the SAT 4 times, but I don't count the second time because my proctor would not let me use a calculator. But it's honestly my fault for not speaking up about it. But I didn't really know the SAT and ACT rules that well. I took it the first time and I was able to use a calculator, and he was like, oh, you could use a graphic calculator, but I didn't even have one at that time. So it was my fault for not correcting them. But then there's that whole power dynamic, and I didn't want to go against the teacher or whatever. But like, I messed myself up and wasted the whole sitting because my test score went down like 20 points in math. But I mean, it is what it is. So I count 3 times, but I did sit and take the SAT 4 times, but I was very reluctant to take it more than 3 times because like I was told that you're not supposed to take the SAT and ACT more than 3 times, which is not true. You could take it as many times as you want because these schools I mean, they're probably gonna ask for all of your scores, but I mean, if you got 10-10 on one of them and then you bump all the way up to like a 1390, like I think progression is good, you know. But at the same time, you have to factor in that you're more than whether you're gonna have to pay every single time you take that test. So if you want to sit there and pay to take what I don't know what the limit is, but let's just say 6 tests, and the emotional distress of it, like I kept pushing my test back because I kept postponing my date because I didn't feel ready. And that was just a waste of money because every time you push back your date, it's like $29. So don't do that. Just sit there, take the test, ruminate on your score. If you're satisfied with it, get to your applications. If you're not, still get to your applications, but just put a little more emphasis on the test. But anyways, back to the test scores. So on the SAT, I got a 1410. Super scored is a 1420. Yeah, super scored is a 1420. And on the ACT, I got 30, and super scored it would be a 31. I absolutely hated the ACT. Like, I just felt like my brain was mushed. I felt like there was like a big boulder pressing on my brain and forcing it to like work under distress. I just didn't like the time constraints. I like to take a lot of times on my test, and the ACT, you just can't do that. You have to. I was just like, it was moving too fast. But if I remember my breakdown correctly, I got a, you know what, I just know I got a perfect score in English and a 34 on reading. So y'all can guess the other 2 because I can't remember. I actually didn't take any SAT subject tests. I just thought it was like a waste of money and time. Like, I'm already trying to get my regular SAT score to where I want it to be. Which I didn't. I actually didn't reach my goal, but I mean, you know, everything happens for a reason. But like, what am I spending money to prove myself again for? I already took AP tests and passed them. I already took, or I'm going to be taking my IB test, and you're going to get those scores. So you want me to pay for another test to prove that I'm competent and proficient? Like, no, I'm not doing that. And that was another thing that helped me wean out schools. Like, I mean, if they're not going to accept me because I didn't take an SAT subject test, bye, because I'm not, like, that's just kind of perpetuating the status quo and assuming that everybody has money to take subject tests on top of standardized testing and other things that they have to pay for in high school, like college applications themselves. So anyways, some of the classes that I took, I was in the IB program, and I also did AP classes. So if you don't know what the IB program is, it's an international program all around the world, and it stands for the International Baccalaureate Program. It's extremely rigorous, and it's intended to prepare high school students for their transition into college through the rigor of their classes. It is essentially AP classes on steroids. You write so much, you have so many IOPs, IOCs, IODs, IODs, like, you just have so many assignments. It's ridiculous. You're going to be stressed. Like, I don't think I've ever met anybody who went through IB and was chilling and actually passed the test. So at the end of the year, like, testing week was hell. But I could do another video on like my scores on the IB exams and IOC, IOP, whatever, my experience with it, if you guys want. So I did that. I took, my school didn't have a lot of options for IB. Like, we usually just had one or the other. Like, For social sciences, we got to choose between psychology or social anthropology, but I know a lot of other schools have like econ and they have world religions or something, which is really cool, but we didn't have all that. And there were certain classes everybody had to take higher level, and one of those was history and the other was English. So in summation, I took IB Spanish, history of Europe, social and cultural anthropology, English and literature composition, biology, mathematical studies, and theory of knowledge. So mathematical studies was basically differential calculus and statistics. It was a combination of calc and stats basically. So yeah, I ended up getting my IB diploma, so that was great. Honestly, if I didn't get my IB diploma, I would have been really sad, because it's like I just sat here and suffered for 4 years just to not get my diploma. But at the end of the day, you really don't need your diploma, because if you show resilience and stick through the IB program and you do what you have to do on your AP exams, like, and colleges get your scores after you're admitted. So unless you mess up major, like big time, and there is a big dichotomy between what your teachers predict your score to be and what you actually get on your tests, you're gonna be good regardless. Like, I know that the IB diploma is actually really good in the state of Florida. I don't know how this works in other places, but like you could get Bright Futures, which is full tuition to any public school based off of your IB diploma instead of having to get a certain test score. So yeah, that just shows how rigorous the IB program is, and it's recognized all around the world because it is international. So then my AP courses, I took 9 or 10. We'll find out now. So I took AP Macro on my own online. Which one is this? Oh, I took AP Biology, English and Literature Composition, European History, Environmental Science, US History, and Human Geo and World History. So my freshman year I took 2, and then my sophomore year I took 3. I think my junior year I took 2, and then my senior year I took like 1. Or no, my junior year I took 4. You know what, this math will add up some way somehow. But yeah, that's basically my stats that you guys keep pestering me for. Sorry for not being more active. Like, I really came in here with the mindset that I was gonna vlog everywhere, I was gonna record videos, but it's like college hits you like a truck. I realized that even when you have free time, you don't have free time. And here, like, you just have to become content with never having all of your work complete, because the amount of work that they assign is just very optimistic, you know, and it's just not practical, but you just have to learn to live with it and multitask and just go on about your life. So that's what I'm doing now. I hope, I have a couple great videos, ideas for you guys. Like, I'm not trying to just do academic stuff my whole life on this channel, because I'm not a solely academic person. So, I can't wait. Well, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I recorded it really quickly. I didn't even eat. The grind don't stop. I came right back from my class. I was like, you know what, girl, you been slacking. Let's put out this material, and here it is. I recorded this on, what is this? Oh, I just turned 18. My birthday was November 4th, but yeah, I just recorded this after I got back from my Spanish class literally 15 minutes ago on November 16th. So whatever day this goes up, this better go up today. And if it doesn't, you guys need to hold me accountable and find me up in these comments. Talk about, girl, get your stuff together, stop procrastinating. Y'all need to tell me that so I can get on my grind. But yeah, I love you all. And I really hope that you guys, like, I wish you the best throughout your college application process and journey, your testing process, and just, I really hope that you guys maintain like good mental health throughout this process, and don't let it consume you. At the end of the day, you still have regular schoolwork to do, you still have a life to live, and there is more to life than just being accepted to a university or rejected. Like, there's so much more, and being accepted or rejected is not indicative of your character or self-worth. So when those like college decisions come out, don't be too hard on yourself. Like, it literally is what it is. That's why in that video I was just like, oh, okay, Oh, got denied. All right, on to the next. Like, that's really what you got to do. Okay guys, so that's the end of this statistics / testing process reflection video. As always, you guys can comment down you know, video suggestions or any questions that you have below, and I'll really try to get back to you. Or you could comment hate, because I mean, that's gonna happen anyway. But I mean, when you pop it, I'm kidding. But yeah, I mean, you can comment as you want. It really doesn't bother me. At the end of the day, I'm still here, period, and I'm still finna get my degree, so, and what? So yeah, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content, don't be afraid to let me know. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe so I can know like what exactly content to keep putting out for you guys, and if you even continue to want this type of content. I know that this isn't going to be solely what I do for my channel though, because like talking about academics all day is boring. Like, I want to explore. Sometimes I just want to take out my camera and say, you know what, sis, let's go to New York, and y'all just about to watch me in New York. Like, so I want to have that freedom, but I'm always open to suggestions, you know, but don't try to tell me how to run my channel. But yeah, so that's the tea on that. This is the end of the video. I hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll see y'all soon, because I'm really gonna start uploading more regularly, guys. Like, I promise. But yeah, I hope you guys all have a blessed day, and I'll see y'all in the next video.